when you go visit that vision, you embody that.
But let's talk about the faith. Do you believe?
You are equipped for your assignment. We as Black women tend to be extra superwoman. She did that.
Okay, elevators, this is for you.
If we're not practicing what we preach, listen. After you pray, after you meditate,
Take us there.
look at the source.
Yes.
Look at the source
Right.
of your strength.
Thank you. I believe every day is a great day because this is the day the Lord has made.
Why are we so afraid to use what God has given us? Wow.
It all starts in the mind.
Yes.
You
That was just a little weird, but
Don't be tardy for the party.
and in that-
Come on, Nike, just
That's
do
a
it.
whole word, Tammy. That's a whole
That's the whole
podcast.
episode.
Happy Wednesday, elevators. And we are back for part 2. Because guess who's still here? And you know what we didn't do last time?
What?
I am Gail,
It's
your personal development coach.
Really?
I'm Jessica, your financial strategist. And I'm Tammy, your spiritual motivator.
And I'm Brian. Elevate him.
I love it, God.
Is that what it starts? She elevates him? She
elevate
elehims. What is it?
You'll elevate them. So
Elevate
with She
'em.
Elevates podcast, and we have elevators, and we have elevate him.
Elevate hims.
Yes.
I'm elevating him today.
Oh my
It's been
God.
fun, man. You guys are wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
Great
You
group to look at.
have this was so easy with you on here. And we haven't even scratched the surface
No.
of who Brian Beane is.
Absolutely. It's
Well, the
a
real
lot to cover.
Brian Beane.
Step
Please
up.
stand up.
Lots to
Stand up.
uncover.
Stand up. So I just want to go back to something you had mentioned in the last podcast. You talked about your father was in Parliament
Yes.
Funkadelic. You kind of glossed over that. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't know how big of a deal it was, honestly. Honestly, till he passed away. I really never looked at it as a let me navigate this. I never really looked at it as a big thing because to me he's my father. You know, so he can play the guitar. Okay. George Clinton was at my house all the time. Okay, the crazy guy with the yarn and smelling a little funky. When they say Parliament Funkadelic, it's real. Bootsy Collins, Isaac Hayes, Dionne Warwick. These guys were at my house. I got pictures when I was this big. Dionne Warwick just walking by.
So
You
that
know,
was his norm.
It was his norm.
It was normal. So when my father passed and they gave him the Stax, shout out to Stax Museum. They really did him. They gave him his flowers while he was alive. Like this wasn't when he passed. They honored my dad while he was alive. It was
Nice.
amazing.
Oh.
And we knew his health was failing, but they brought him in. He was in a wheelchair and he played Maggot Brain. If you ever get a chance, go YouTube Maggot Brain
Maggot Brain.
and just listen to the guitar. That's not my father playing on Maggot Brain.
Okay.
My dad can do Maggot Brain in his
Gotcha.
sleep. And it's one of the most historic songs, but he can do Maggot Brain in his sleep. And I have the video of him doing Maggot Brain. It'll make you cry. This guitar will make you cry. My dad can make a guitar talk. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we lost him in February 2020, right before COVID hit. My father passed away due to some circulatory issues. And it's the Stax Museum tribute and the speech I did the day he passed are arguably two of the most notable moments of my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that long leash was because I had a father who was a musician. So he was like, let him do what he wanted to do.
He was amazing.
yeah.
Didn't he come? Was it 2019 where he came to one of your events and
Yeah.
played on stage?
Yeah, it was like 2018. He came to Game Changer. I host an event called Game Changer every 4 months, personal growth, self-development, mindset, and money. We talk about it for 3 days straight. And he came and he played, instead of us playing music, his guitar is what everybody walked in on him playing the guitar.
Wow.
So, yeah, my
Nice.
whole life is on tape. So it's good that I was able to capture all of
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was cool.
That is
It was cool.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the
Dang,
morning
why
he
didn't meet Brian
passed.
Beane back in 2018.
What would have happened?
I
You'd
would
be
have
in a
heard of that
different- You'd have been in a
play.
different financial position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Nah, I'm joking. It was cool. It's funny how it all happened. The morning he passed, I was the keynote speaker at a conference. And I had to get on stage and determine whether I was going to fly home and do the speech or stay by his side. My mom was like, what do you think he
He
wants
would
you
want
to do?
you to do.
It's like, well, it's nothing I can do here. It's nothing I can do. So as long as she was okay with it,
Right, right.
I flew back home. A lot of people don't know I did not write that speech. I got up there and figured out what I would say.
Wow, you spoke from the heart.
Yeah, I just did it impromptu that day.
Wonderful.
And it was great. It was a great thing. I really didn't get emotional until I saw everybody's reaction to me announcing that he passed at 5:08 that morning. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I was crying.
Oh,
It was very emotional, and I can attest to you not even preparing for it because you got off the plane and we went and got pizza.
Oh, did we really?
We went and got pizza.
That day?
It was me, you, and Shayna.
Oh wow, I don't
got
remember that. Yeah, I just
pizza.
remember the stage. We ate first. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people knew. I know what happened. My mom told a few people to make sure I was okay.
Okay.
So a few people knew, but not because of me. So I was walking around thinking nobody knew.
Nobody really knew.
But a few people knew.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You okay?" Everybody was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you know.
Yeah.
And then nobody said anything.
You know, a lot of
Mama
times I
Beane
think,
making sure.
yeah, you can,
Yeah.
you know, you can walk in that space because of the relationship you've had, right?
Absolutely.
Along the way.
Yeah.
You know, like
No
there are no
guilt.
regrets,
There's no
no
regret,
guilt.
no guilt.
Exactly,
Yep, absolutely.
exactly. And so I like
Absolutely.
it when your mom says, "What do you think he would want you to do?"
Yeah, it was the best keynote ever. Like, it was pretty cool.
It was.
Yeah.
Kind of like a tribute, you know.
It was a tribute.
Yeah.
Yep. I channeled my energy through that. So it was good. It was called 3 Success Equations.
3 success equations.
Yep. 3
Okay.
success equations. And just got up there and did
Piqued
them.
my interest already.
Yeah. I'll give you one. Be, do, have. That's a pretty simple one.
Oh,
right? Be,
come
do,
on.
have. You have to become somebody first and then do the things that person is, not the person you are now. You got to become somebody first.
Okay.
Do the things that new person does, and you'll have the things that old person wanted. So most of us try to have without doing to become something we aren't. You can't switch them. It's be, do, have. Most people try to do something without becoming the person. That's why you quit, so you don't have anything. Most people try to have something, then if I had money, I would do more. No, you
Give me the
wouldn't.
foundation
You can't-
piece.
The foundation piece is to become.
Become.
Yeah, so we went over be, do, have. Thoughts multiplied by action plus time equals results. That's my favorite formula.
Thoughts
multiplied by action
Action.
plus time
Gotta give it time.
equals results.
And this is
Yeah.
a microwave generation.
Yeah.
What?
They want everything now.
Right.
Ain't
Right
put no
now.
thought into it. Ain't put no action behind it. And the thoughts you put into it are negative. So the thoughts that you have leads you to poor decisions and actions. And
Or
you don't give it-
inaction.
Or inaction, right? Which is also a decision.
Right.
And then you didn't give it any time. So right when you were about to get something that you planted to grow, you quit.
You
Know,
quit.
you didn't even realize you had a whole forest waiting on
Wow.
you. So yeah, so those are just some of the things that we went over. And then at the end, I announced that
Beautiful.
y'all don't know this, but he passed away this morning. Yep. I remember running through the crowd and everything. Like I remember running through the crowd because my dad died in February. My brother was in the hospital in November.
November prior to.
Yeah, like 3 months before that, my brother was in the hospital. The one I'm really close with.
Oh.
And he was in ICU. He was in a hospital. What they call it, an induced coma, like where they
Okay.
do it on,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
they
Induced coma.
induced coma, and so it was just
Yeah, a lot.
crazy
going on there.
quarter, man.
Wow.
Crazy quarter. And the message here, if you look at part one, oh no, we talked about that stuff off the
Off the camera.
camera. But if you look at my whole life, it's no different. People have been through way worse. This isn't the worst thing you ever hear. But my whole point is we all are going to go through something. You're going to have peaks and valleys. Just don't plateau. There's a difference. Don't flatline. As long as you're going up and down, you're alive.
It's okay.
When
It's
you
okay.
see this, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know, this,
Yeah.
for those on audio, this means a straight line. As long as you're going up and down, you're good.
You're
The
okay.
highs don't ever stay high too long. The lows don't stay low too long. I think the proudest thing I'm probably am of my son, he's very in the middle. He's a lot like me. We don't get too excited about nothing. We don't get too depressed about nothing. Just enjoy life. Everything in mediocrity.
Got
Too
you.
much water is bad for you.
Balance.
Too much TV is bad for you.
Right.
Too much outdoors is bad for you. Too much indoors is bad for you. Too much of anything is bad for you. So just be cool. Ride the middle. Turn it up when you need to. Turn it down when you need to. And he's the coolest kid on the planet. If I didn't give him nothing else, I gave him some demeanor.
I love it.
I like that.
I
That
love
made me think
it.
about my when I was young, my uncle rest his soul. He used to say, if you don't know where you're going and you're in three and you got 3 lanes, stay in the middle.
Stay in the middle.
Oh, that's
Stay in
Yep.
the middle.
Stay in the middle.
I love it.
Yep.
I'm hearing also it's really about going through.
Yeah.
Right. So when people say, I'm going through,
Get
it's like,
through
well,
it.
that's That's good.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get through it. You're gonna come
Just don't
out
stop.
of it, right?
Yeah.
Grow through what
Yeah.
you
Don't just stop.
Go
Just
through.
don't stop. Yeah.
Come on now.
Go in and get through what you claim you've been going through.
all
I'm
of
going
this
through
is
something. I'm
good.
like, well,
All
since
of
I
this
met
is
you, you've been going through. When we gonna get
When
through?
we gonna get
what
through
you
it?
going through? Yeah,
come
I like
out.
that. The middle.
Yeah.
In the martial arts world, we say, if you ever see three, hit the one in the middle. Okay? if you ever get clocked. Hit the one in the middle.
Hit the one in the
one in the
middle.
middle is when the other two are just you got rocked a little bit. Hit the one in the middle. So the middle
my
is where it's
God.
at. Yeah.
That sounds like such a great, experience though, just to have a dad. I'm going back to your father.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
in that arena with all those people.
All the celebrities.
All of those
Yeah,
that you really
I didn't
just
view
look
him as that. Yeah,
at
I'm like,
that point.
okay, who is this guy?
The smelly man.
The smelly
Yeah.
man.
with
Yeah,
the really
yeah.
weird clothes.
If you listen to "Walk On By," the guitar on "Walk On By," that's my dad.
Walk on by.
Yeah.
Okay, Dion.
Tammy, don't sing.
No, Isaac Hayes, the original
Isaac-
version.
oh, yeah,
It's been
yeah,
done
I've
a lot
heard
of
that one
times.
too.
Yeah, "Walk
Yeah.
On By." That's
Yeah.
a lot of rappers have sampled my dad too,
I didn't hear the one
including
you were
Tupac,
singing. I
Dr.
was so
Dre.
busy singing my own version.
Yeah.
I know. Tammy's trying to get discovered. It's okay.
It's just in me. I like how Brian had the musician thing. His dad came out. He was like, do, do, do.
He gave you a beat.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks
Shout
for
out to
sharing
Pops.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
beautiful.
Parliament
For sure.
Funkadelics. I love it. That was the only song. I used to play bass guitar.
Get out. I never knew that.
That was the only song I
the
could
secret.
play on my bass guitar because I was in guitar school.
Which song?
Parliament Funkadelics. Flashlight.
Flashlight. I was gonna say that's the group. Flashlight. You can play it. Excuse me. Get out of here.
Yeah. So,
That is too funny.
So we were kindred even when we were.
There
Yeah,
you
even
go.
You
before
might
that.
not have been
There
born,
you
but yeah. I was young.
That is too cool.
That is
too
cool.
Yep.
I
Yep.
love it though that you talk about highs and lows, right? Because that's reality.
Yeah.
A lot of times people see other people, like we're looking here.
Yeah.
Just wonderful spirit, just,
Yeah.
loving person. He's like, okay, I love all that. That's great. We've heard about Beane Acres. I
Yeah.
love that. And it's like, okay, so you've had some highs, obviously. Tell
Yeah.
us about some lows.
Oh man, shoot, which one?
Oh, in particular, because you spoke on it just a little bit on how you lost $1 million.
Lost $1 million. Yeah,
And got it back.
and
And got it back. Let's
yeah,
not forget that part, okay?
yeah. So FAIR stands for fail early and responsibly. Fail
Fail
early
early.
and responsibly. So a lot of people have fears about losing money, fears about getting out their comfort zone. Well, I was too young and naive to even know that I was supposed to be afraid of speaking to people. I was
Okay.
too young and naive to even know that I couldn't make a
How
million
young
dollars.
was young?
Like 19.
Okay, young.
So, I wasn't a millionaire at 19. I was broke at 19. the millions came in my 20s, but I got audited. It's two things I tell people to avoid. Two things.
Okay.
That in retrospect, I wasn't frivolous. I had, convertible Porsches and all that stuff. I did have some toys.
In your 20s.
My 20s.
Which is
Yeah.
not frivolous because when you have George Clinton.
I just
walking
wanted to
through your
tell us a
house,
little bit about how you got those.
Yeah.
Millions.
saying.
Yeah. Let me tell you how I lost it first.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you how I got it first. I got it being a networker in network marketing.
Okay.
So that's always been my background. Even before I started my current training company, I was a network marketer.
Okay.
But nobody taught me how to grow money. So I didn't keep good records. I didn't know how to look at my corporate documents, my Schedule C. The CPA I had at the time was writing off way more than he should have. And now that I know a little more, I'm like, I would have audited me too. You got me down for the restroom and some of my square footage for my office. I haven't paid any estimated taxes. So when you're good at making money, you just know it's coming again. It's coming again. And
Money
residual
coming,
is coming
money
again. And then Iris was like, okay, we need this date, that date, this date, that date, and this date. And once they get a little snag in your sweater, they just keep on pulling. And if you can't prove 98, you can't prove 02, then they like, oh, you can, okay, well, let's see what happened with 05. Oh, you can't prove, okay, what happened in 06? All right, y'all got me. How much you need? You know what I'm saying?
We're
So
a little
that's
quiet
the
here.
one thing.
This is IRS. Excellent.
Yeah, I know. So y'all know. So that, and honestly, man, taking care of too many people. Because here's the mentality.
Okay.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Okay.
So when you have a lot of money, you're dealing with a lot of people. And when you're dealing with a lot of people, you're dealing with a lot of personalities. And you can't watch everybody.
Right.
And when you can't watch everybody, watch out. Watch out.
Okay.
I would have, my heart was so big, I didn't want anybody around me to struggle. Because I was just so used to struggling. I'm like, nah, I made it. Come on, like, you want to, come on, I got you. Come on. Everything was, I got you. And pretty soon, when I hit hard times, I was like, y'all got some of that back? Like, nobody had nothing.
Nobody had it.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
Everybody do what I call play pity. You know,
Okay.
Forgot playing patty cake. Like, hold on, you ain't got nothing to me either. Now we ain't got nothing, huh? Everybody had nothing.
Like, after I helped you out.
Right.
Because they don't know how to make money.
They don't know how to make money.
You know how to make money.
I know how to make money. So taking care of too many people and IRS audits. And then when I realized I had to go all the way down to nothing.
Okay.
And start all the way over. True story. I just saw the young lady the other day. I borrowed $3,000 from a young lady that's a friend of my mom's. I say young lady, like my mom's age.
Baby boomer.
Yeah, baby boom, for sure. And I said, I need $3,000 just to get me through the mortgage for 3 months. Now, it was more than that, but I wasn't going to. I was like, if I just get 1,000, I come up with the extra 400, 450, whatever it was. Man, she gave me $3,000. She was like, I believe in you. That's what I'm going to do.
Beautiful.
You give me, I'm going to charge you 20% interest, Brian, because you need to learn. So I owe her $3,600. You see what I'm saying? 20% on each 1,000. So I owe her $1,200, $1,200, and $1,200 for borrowing $1,000. Hard money loan.
Okay.
I said, no problem. By the second month, I didn't even need the third month.
Wow.
I needed 60 days just to pay the mortgage, because I always believed that if I can pay the mortgage, I can eat with a friend. Mortgage straight. By the third month, she was like, you ready for the third? I was like, no. I was like, I'm good. I just needed somebody to help me get back over that hump real quick. And I built my organization back, and then I made another $750,000 in that company in a few years.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love everything
And that's when I
about
met Gail.
that story.
I met Gail at that time, not in that company, but I met you after I came out of all that and I was back on my feet.
Wow.
That's when I met Gail, like
Beautiful.
08. Something like that.
Something like that.
Some 08, yeah.
I
08.
remember when you came around.
You do?
Gail and I've only known each other forever. I'd heard about you.
Okay, yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beane.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You can tell when
Yeah.
Brian Beane has been in somebody's life.
You know what?
I'm so serious.
You really can, because I went and
I
during the
appreciate
break, I
that.
went and picked up my granddaughter.
Oh, my goodness.
She got in the car, and she loves her grandma. She got in the car. She didn't ask for her snack. She said, am I going to see Brian Beane?
It shows you how much we've heard about
She
you.
know I was coming today?
Yes, she
Oh,
knew
she
you
knew I was
were
coming
coming.
today? Oh, that's too cool. Yeah.
She said, Aaron, did you pick him up?
Oh, my God. And it was so wonderful. When she walked in, she was like speechless. She was like starstruck.
That's crazy.
Snapping pictures.
That's
doing
crazy.
selfies.
She couldn't even give him eye contact.
Oh, my God. She's like, okay, come on. That's, how's school? She's like, okay.
I never get wrapped up in that. I can
That's
be places
beautiful.
sometimes. I can be out in public and people will stop me. I never get wrapped. I never get.
Beautiful.
I can't believe that people do that.
That's
I can't believe that people like, you Brian? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like,
Let me
wow.
tell you, this
That's crazy.
this sparked this. Okay, so you know the brunch, Brian Beane. So he surprised me at my grandmother's 80th birthday.
Oh,
Yes.
I did not know he was coming. And so when he walked in, my mom did not know. So she was over there fixing plates. She fixed him a plate. Later on, she was like, girl, so you had me fixing a millionaire, some chicken and some rice and some green. I was like, he's human. He can't eat chicken. He gotta eat. He was like,
That was too funny.
And then it was on a paper plate.
That was too
I
funny,
love
man.
it.
I text Gail. I was texting both of them, right? I was like, I'm a friend of mine's father just died, so I text Jessica. She's so busy. She was too busy with her event.
Right.
I text Gail. I was like, I'm trying to figure out like where y'all at. I'm passing back through. And when I walked in, and Jessica, Gail, her family just tripped out. Like I was like, wow, this is crazy.
I don't know. Look, I have a Brian Beane story. Remember when we went on the boat with a friend of yours?
Yeah.
And you said, and Brian Beane, well, she says Mr. Beane. Mr. Beane's coming. I'm like, see? He's just going to hang out with us on the boat.
Of course. Hey, it was a
We
nice
had a
boat.
wonderful time,
Absolutely.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Very personable.
I never let that get to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
I love it.
amazing how he doesn't, because people do it so often. Like I said, when we were traveling at that contest, we walking down the hallway. You're Brian Beane. I saw you on YouTube. Oh my God, it's Brian Beane in the flesh.
Yeah, that's funny,
we just
man.
stand to the side.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's beautiful though. But it says a
It's
lot.
beautiful.
It says a lot about you, of course, but then the people that are connected with you, right?
Yeah,
So
well, you know what it really says to me too? It says you never know who's watching.
No,
You
that's
never
true.
know.
You never know who's
watching.
watching. Yeah, I had a emergency the other day where it was a 911 hospital situation, and I'm calling 911. I got 911 on the phone. I'm walking through. We're in a public environment, and a girl's like, "Are you Brian Beane?" I'm like, "Yeah." You try not to be rude to people, right? But I'm like, I got a little circumstance here. I'm trying to help somebody. But you are Brian. I'm like, yeah, I'm Brian. I'm like, please. I'm like, I'm Brian. Yes. I said, I got an emergency. I gotta go. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, this is nuts. She didn't even care. But I'm like, 911. 911. Hold on 1 second, please. Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Nice to be. No, we can't. This is nuts. And I'm like, man, I got people like that I know that have way more followers, but they don't have as big an impact.
Oh, that's it.
So I'm not into
Impact.
followers
That's
and all of that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great. Followers are great. That means you're people recognize you. But the impact, man, I'm just glad that I have an impact on a certain group of people.
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'm in that group.
You're in that group.
I appreciate it, Jess. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. But you know what's funny? I want people to get this. It's reciprocal. It's not that I just pour into people. It's that I'm here because I get energy from y'all too. Like Jessica inspires me when I see a young lady that has her business, manages the children, been through some stuff, overcame it, continues to overcome it. You never know it. Her kids are amazing, smart as I don't know what, entrepreneur, hiring other young ladies to work. That's inspiration.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You see Gail here who, you look at Gail, man. I mean, how many people you know did X amount of years on the job, decided to leave on her terms.
On my birthday.
She left on
She
her
retired
birthday.
on my birthday,
her
November 3rd.
Travels the world. You know, where you at this week? I'm in Iceland. Iceland. Yeah, I had to experience that. I jumped out of a plane and I was spinning and I told him to stop. I'm like, you gonna spin, Gail? You gonna spin a little while? I tried to tell him to stop spinning. Where are you going next? Well, we're thinking about Australia. This girl is crazy. I love it. You know, I get inspired by being. It's reciprocal.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, it's not
Beautiful.
just me. We all
Yeah.
keep each other uplifted.
I understand.
You know,
that's
yeah,
beautiful.
for sure. Yeah.
I love it. Even though, also like the fact of, right, how when you were having that low moment,
Yeah.
that someone helped you, right?
Oh, yeah.
That because so each one teach one, and we are our brother's keepers,
Yeah.
and all of that. And you were like, that
I just
person.
need a little help.
I just need a little help.
Yep. And she
I-
believed in me enough. You got to
That's
have enough
it.
integrity and
Yeah.
credibility. She wasn't like, how you going to, she was like, I got you.
I
20%.
believe in
I'm going to teach you a
you.
little lesson. But she knew I was going to be fine. I just needed a little hump.
A little
Like
hump.
IRS got me. When you have to pay back taxes, current taxes, and future taxes, and you get caught up in that agreement and you trying to, man, they go through, they know what you have, what's called earning capacity. They're like, no, you got the ability to take care of this. I'm like, well, you don't understand. I got this going on. I got that. Well, you weren't thinking about this when you weren't keeping them receipts.
Give us that.
You
And
know.
we going interest on that.
The interest.
Interest.
Oh man, it's
Penalties
just
and interest.
penalties and interest. It's actually it should be unlawful, the interest and penalties.
Absolutely.
It's
I said they
ridiculous.
robbing you with no mask and no gun.
Yeah, well, they been.
Brian, they got you once, they won't
They
get you
hit me
twice.
again.
No,
Yeah.
that's
So
it.
now I stay bulletproof. I keep all the receipts,
Yes.
everything. I pay myself a salary. I'm
I
very
know that's
disciplined.
right.
My
Beautiful.
investments it's all documented, so it's all good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of my piece of pie.
Yes,
I mean my
yes.
pie.
There you
For
go.
sure,
There
yeah.
you
So,
go.
we've been talking about the amazing Brian and how gifted you are at whatever you do and all these highlights. So I want to talk a little bit about how you used all that greatness and skill and integrity to do something illegal.
I like how she's building this up, right?
You gotta give me a hint before I give them the wrong activity. Which activity?
Which illegal thing? It has something to do with a flower,
Oh, man.
blossom,
That flower.
throw money on your mama bed.
Man,
Come on.
let me tell you, man. A lot of y'all need to hear this, okay? Every 15 to 20 years, Generation Z, this is nothing new. In 1996 or so, I was like a kingpin in what was called Friends Helping Friends.
Okay.
Okay, it recently resurfaced in the past 6 to 8 months or so as the flower. It comes in different shapes, forms, sizes. Some people call it the flower, the lotus, the fire, water,
I heard the fire,
earth,
all that crazy.
all that. All it is an illegal pyramid.
Oh.
Now, I know the difference because I'm a professional network marketer.
Okay.
Meaning I introduce people to a business opportunity and we leverage contacts to get residual income.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that when you got a product or service. When you have cash and cash apps just exchanging hands, it's only a matter of time before the board splits or the flowers open and you got more slots than you have people. It's just a matter of time.
Okay.
So I did a video series. You can check it out on YouTube.
He was training even when he was doing illegal stuff.
I was training. Oh yeah. No, okay. So let me
Number
go back.
one trainer.
Yeah. I was the kingpin, if you will, in this
flower
operation.
Okay.
It hit the news.
Oh.
Okay. It hit the news, and some agents, I'm gonna call them the feds, walked into a meeting, not mine, walked into a meeting with the hidden camera and showed that they were going to bust the people that were doing the operation. So in Atlanta, they got on the news and said, look, we're telling you now, we heard about the game. Shut it down. It's over. You don't have a product or service. It's over.
Okay.
Now, at the time, $200 brought you $1,600. So what Gail is talking about, I was throwing thousands of dollars on my mom's bed, like here. And I would just say, it ain't drugs. That's all I would say. It ain't drugs. Like here, get caught up on whatever. $1,600, several times a day. $1,600. Then we went from a $200 board to a $2,000 board. So $2,000 brought you $16,000.
Wow.
Whatever you do, you multiply it by 8. Right. So whatever the investment is, 100 bring you 800. 2,000 bring you 16,000. 3,000 bring you 24,000. Whatever it is, you multiply it by 8.
Okay.
What people don't understand is it's just a matter of time before the board splits or the flower opens, and you have to rotate, and then people stop carrying their weight, and then you get what's called stuck. When the music, we call it, when the music stops.
When the music stops.
You take a screenshot, a picture of everybody who is not at the top, and all those thousands of people are just stuck with no money. And those a lot of times are your friends and family members that you introduce. Now relationships fall.
Of course.
So I did a 3-part series on YouTube. I made more money on YouTube telling people not to do it than people that were doing it. I made that video got more hit.
It was funny.
It was hilarious.
But
Yeah.
you did like you go like
Look at
classic
them
cars.
cars.
Yeah,
Or something. He was
yeah.
flipping
I
the
have a
cars.
series called Class from the Classics because I collect classic cars.
Okay. Okay.
So I often sit in front of my cars or one of them, and I switch it up, and I'll teach finances. It's called Class from the Classics.
I love it.
Because I was going against the grain, people hated me in the comments. I would wake up every morning and read the comments, and I'll be at home dying, ain't in a personal, because I know, bruh, you what, 21? This is new for you. Okay. It's coming.
Give it time.
Give it time. Just give it time. Who we think he is?
Right.
So and I'm real quick. I'm very quick with my wit. And so they like one guy commented, why he got to be doing the video in front of his Bentley? I was like, would you rather I do it in front of the bus? It's called Class from the Classics. Right. It's called Class. I'm teaching you from Class from the Classics.
My God.
So I'm real quick, right?
Listen and learn, children.
Yeah, listen and learn. When it shut down, I went back to everybody. Hey, everybody okay? And everybody still in here? We everybody alive? The crickets. Nothing is new under the sun when it comes to these games, okay?
Right,
guy, when I was doing it at a high level, OG told me it's going to end. You know what I said? Well, right now we getting it. I was that guy.
Hit the getting.
Then when it hit the getting, when it hit the news, everybody came to my house. Everybody came to my house. People who I didn't even introduce came to my house, and I was smart enough to keep a large portion of it in a huge box, and I gave everybody a refund.
What they say when they knocked on the door?
I'm like, man, it hit the. They didn't even have to say nothing. They didn't have to. I knew it. I was like, here you go, man. I'm sorry. Here you go. It didn't work out. I apologize.
you giving them
I
the
gave
investment
everybody investment back,
Wow.
and that actually,
about
believe it or
integrity.
not, that's what catapulted my career because people were like, he's straight. Yeah,
straight.
I could have been like, hey, this is how it worked.
This how it work.
This is what it is. This is what it is.
I
When
don't
it
pay your
ended,
money. Right.
I was like, man, I had cycled so many times, man. It wasn't no need of me keeping that last So it actually catapulted my career. Like, nah, he's solid, man.
So a lot of people
everybody got a
followed you
refund.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Word of mouth
give
is everything.
Yeah. I couldn't give everybody a refund, but some people that was super cool, like, hey man, I ain't do number $200. Some people act like it was their last. I'm like, look, lady, here. Now I ain't even bring you in, but you at my door, so I don't want no problems. They heard I was giving refunds out.
Oh my God.
So I was smart enough to keep enough. After a while, I realized like this can't last. There's no way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no way. So that's what kind of catapulted my career. So sometimes a gift is a curse is a gift.
So how did you? So is that? I mean, did someone introduce you to network marketing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna be my question to speak on that. Like, how did you
Get into it.
It's a great story.
Okay.
2 minutes or less. I walked through the kitchen. This guy named Wesley is talking to my mom. I'm 19 years old, sophomore at Morehouse, graduated in 97, so this is 95.
Okay.
I'm a sophomore. All I hear is this. This goes to show you that the right person can hear the wrong thing or right thing or wrong thing, and if he's interested, he gonna run with it. All I heard was residual income. Every time they pay the bill, we get a check. So I'm walking through him, might be making me a ham sandwich or something. I said, what? He was like, yeah, I'm in a company now where every time my customers pay the bill, we get a check. It's called residual income. He was like, right now, you're getting what's called linear income, where you got to work for it. He was like, what you doing Saturday? I'm like, I'm going to learn about this residual income. He was talking to my mom. I halfway walked through the kitchen, heard it. The next thing you know, I'm at the meeting, and I was hooked. Since then, I've been hooked on residual income.
Wow.
I can't even get paid another way now.
Wow.
In fact, if I can't do something and get paid at least twice for it, I won't do it. I don't even do anything where I only get paid one time for it. I got to get paid at least twice, either the front end, the back end, or several times again and again and again. So I went to the meeting. I got hooked. It was about long distance at the time. Every time they paid the phone bills, we got paid. The margins are small because how long do you talk on the phone? But I at least learned that there's a such thing as doing something once and getting paid for it over and over and over. The knowledge I got at that company 25 years ago, I'm still making money on today.
Wonderful.
That knowledge, yeah. So that's how I got introduced to network marketing. Then cell phones came out, put the long distance industry out of business. Then I moved to product. Weight loss. Can you believe it? Look at me. For those on camera. I'm the after picture. All right. Yeah. So for those listening to the audio, I'm relatively small guy. I'm 5'8". I weigh about 155.
Yeah, you need to sell some weight loss products.
You're right. I'm selling weight loss products and ain't never lost a pound. But that just goes to show you, right? My running joke is the owner of Kibbles and Bits doesn't eat it. Right. So that means he's a billionaire. You don't have to eat dog food to make money off of it.
Right.
So I got into weight loss because it helped a whole bunch of people. Then I got into travel. Then I got into finances. And that's where I found the most comfort is in teaching people how to manage their money and raise their risk tolerance.
All right.
Income shifting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes, that's how I started, man.
That's real.
25 years later.
25 years later. Beautiful. We love it.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we have. All right, guys. So thank you again for tuning in, and we will catch you next week. Enjoy your week. Bye.